is taking off and starting here with the Splatoon 2 UK Championship, and it's time for us to get the grand final rolling.
Indeed.
So please welcome back on stage the team that made their own name up here for it. It's Team Who. Clapping for themselves, that works. But the crowd is with them. Don't worry, guys. It's all right. Look at them. I mean, yeah, turning around caps. Does it change abilities if they do that? If they turn caps around?
Do they change their abilities? Oh,
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, I mean, it depends. It's a different style, so it could be a different ability that goes with it.
And they might not know who they are playing. That's why we introduced them to them. So please, back on stage, welcome Mako.
This team defeating 4D.
I mean, they have that win against the favorite on their list, which is definitely an important point, at least for me, to go into this grand final. But it's time for the Inklings and the best squids in the UK to sit down. Yeah, they're like, can I go? Yeah, sit down. Guys, come on.
You got this.
English boys and girls, sit down on your seats. Get ready on your Nintendo Switches to finally playing the grand final here on the Splatoon 2 UK Championships in the ESL Arena on EGX. Well, that was so long.
Yeah, it's quite a bit, and obviously we have raised the stakes just a little bit there for our players, that they're not just vying for the championships here, but vying for a place in that European Championship.
They will represent their country, winning the grand final. So this is not just only about, hey, yeah, I want a tournament at EGX UK Championship. No, it's becoming the UK. Like, you could be not us, but they could be the UK.
Exactly. It starts here. Whoever wins this will have to go obviously into the lab, get training up for an even bigger tournament, because beating one country's best players is one thing, beating an entire continent's best players is another thing entirely.
That's true, and we know that the Japanese scene is very, very strong. The US showed with multiple Splatoon small tournaments over there that they have a huge scene just waiting for Splatoon esports to become global, to just be that one big thing everyone was expecting, because the game has the potential.
Yeah.
And I'm super happy that we were the ones starting it here on the stage. Obviously, we're not the ones starting the championship, but we're announcing it, which was great. And I hope that the crowd over here is ready to see the grand final. So, guys, if you hear me, give me a loud clap, some cheering. Come on, let's create some grand final atmosphere. That's not that bad.
Yeah.
I like that. Go for it. Come on, guys.
Those thunder sticks just increasing.
It helps. The thunder sticks.
Ferocity there.
It's the grand final. It's Team Who versus Mako on our ESL Arena stage. And we're once again starting with Splat zones, but we will head over into a BO4. BO5.
BO4. That would be the strangest.
Championship.
That would be the strangest one. Just 2-0. Well done, guys. Job done. 2-0.
No, 2-0, then they have to play. Wait, 2-0.
Just saying, if it's 2-all, 2-2. Sorry.
Yeah, 2-2, and then we'll just do overtime, another BO4.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That works out right, that's fine. Yeah. Keep going until someone wins 3-1.
Yes, that's it. That's the BO4. No, it's the BO5, so the first team with 3 maps in their favor wins the grand final and wins that beautiful trophy, saying that they're part of the European Championship of Splatoon, representing the Kingdom, and their own journey, turning this into, like a real esports. I don't want to say that, but like from a hobby, as Team Who said, into professional sports.
Yeah.
That's it. So that's the moment they're all waiting for. Look at that. Oh, it's Insomnia Cap. That's where they qualified, if I'm not mistaken. And we got Team Who on the, is that violet? Is that right? And yellow side, that's your Mako once again. Kaji, Utopia, the first to push onto the zone right in the middle. It's Muscle Forge Fitness once again. Soul on the other wing with Pino. 3 on one side. Possession seems to go in favor of Mako currently. Sushiman still on your Splat Ford is out of the game early and they're in control, down to 95.
Yeah, so Kaji again on this Splatling gun, just kind of keeping back and just pressurizing and oppressing the opponent with that long range, keeping them back as far as possible. There was a nice little exchange, but Mako getting that win immediately. Well, after a while, it's not immediately, completely wrong word. I mean, we see Who trying to fight back, but a lot of specials available for Mako, and they're using this to great effect, pressurizing fantastically. As you can see, Utopia on that side there.
There was a Stingray for Mako as well to get back. They're down to 38 already. So far, Team Who had no chance to get in position of the objective. Utopia with the sprinkler there on top, making sure that there's always ink around him so he can move, and pressuring Team Who back to the spawn point. There's ink armor being deployed for Team Who, which saved his life there. Not got splattered, but Dean getting splattered by Kaji.
The control has been lost. You know, we saw really, really good work from Team Who there to get that flank, but it got, it eventually got taken out by Kaji, who just happened to have that, the jump on Team Who. And then now we did get a complete control reversal, so the buffer has been placed, 72 points to have to go through when they regain control. This is really important now for Team Who to utilize this and get as much score as possible, so when it does come to the point where Mako make their stand and potentially can wrestle control off, have enough of a buffer to keep that lead.
Yeah, Mako lost ink armor then there when they got splatted, but currently it's Team Who being in possession of both. Jetstream's being used there. Bubble, low end ink armor also. That's a good approach to make sure that there's ink all over the place at the splat zone. There's 22 already.
Pine again
this could be
really
they're losing control right in the last moment there.
But they have not. But it has not completely reversed. It's only a loss of control, not gain of control for the opposing team. So the buffer not yet on. But Pine has been playing absolutely fantastically, and they get control again. The time is ticking down for Team Who.
Team Who now down to 10, 9, 8. Oh, losing again. No,
they lost control.
There it is. Control lost, but there's plus 72 on the side of Mako. Look at this. Wow, they need to run down the timer now so much.
So a massive power play in one, and then a swing straight back to the other. There was an incredible play by Who. We're using that bubble blow, which we'll go into a little bit later, but
still got the stream on there. So look at that. Kaji sitting on his special ability, plus the ink armor. They use Sprinkler right onto the objective. He has to push from Team Who, but Mako's still under control of it. Oh, there's a slosh on the left side. So the Pine got splatted. That was an important one.
That was unfortunate for Pine, just with Kaji just being there ready to take that splat down. These bubbles becoming a priority for Team Mako, as Who use those as a distraction to get back into that splat zone, and they take it back. They have control again of this team, of this space. The Tri-Slosh is doing a really, really good job whilst these bubbles are in the air. As I said, great distraction.
Yeah, that's plus 50 still for them. They need to run out another 5 right after that. So Team Who is in a better position so far because they're down to 38. There's a 55 on the side of Mako, but it's still Team Who in possession of the objective. Can they run out? Can they get map 1 in the grand final? It's in control now for Mako again. It's back and forth between both teams. No one wants to lose map number 1.
With a minute to go, we've got 1 point in it in the actual kind of point, but these buffers getting slowly whittled down for Team Mako.
That Utopia sitting right on top of it, still got his special ready. Sprinkler once again supporting him there on the upper level. Another plus 12 for them.
Utopia's positioning is really important here, just waiting, they just, as you saw.
6, 2, 5, look at that, they're down to 4, 3, 2, 1, that's Team Mako taking map number 1, the grand final.
Really, really important win there for them. That was I was about to say incredible, but I won't. Just a very, very good play. They got so close, and then that immediate fire back from Team Who. That's kind of as much confidence as you can gain from getting that huge start. To have it immediately shoved back against you, it kind of rattles you a little bit. But they managed to just batten down the hatches and really, really to control.
I mean, that was a crazy back and forth where both teams were below 10 on the overall timer. It was 6 to 5 the whole time while they changed back, forth, back, forth. Every time someone ran out the plus, they lost control again. It's one of those important moments to actually show your mental strength that can carry your team to a map when here in the grand final. And Mako did. They got map number 1, but still they need another 2 rounds in their favor to become the UK champions and representing UK in the European one. There we are, tower control, Manta Maria, one of the new maps of Splatoon 2. It's Mako once again being yellow, so nothing new to learn about that. But the tower right in the center waiting for both of the teams.
This central mast as well, having that higher and lower ground to it. You know, this open space is, you know, this central space is very, very open here. So it's kind of a dangerous position to be in because of how many ways you can kind of come in and around at it.
Mako, really good position. Look at that. They're a bit more centralized, pushing a Team Who back. They're not taking the tower yet. They just try to get some splats first before they're moving, but they're down. Oh, down to 2. It's Team Who coming back with the splats, the very important ones. Inkjet being used there. Is there a chance for Who to touch the tower first? And they do. They're 19, yeah, that's good. So on the wing to make sure that there is some coverage, in coverage everywhere they can splat. They are at checkpoint 1 already, running out the timer there, 23 for them, past the checkpoint. So in the first push they did, but look at that.
It was incredible. The usage of the ink armor to suddenly kind of close down that space was good, but it wasn't enough to just, it created a trade, but did still go down regardless. Kaji falling back. Going for the super jump, very nice.
He went back, was in a very bad position, but Team Who lost the tower on 53, so Mako needs to now push him back. It's not all the way back, but at least nearly half of the way. They need to go back. They're nearly back to center. Yes, they are running down their number, 92, 90 now, 88. Yeah, that's good. Ink armor being used on Mako to make a statement here. Utopia moving on to the tower while they got splatted right after. They're at checkpoint 1. Can they run it down?
Utopia did it. Wow, they did a really, really nice play there where they got control of the tower, covered the left-hand side, and when the pressure came on, pushed back and immediately went into their special, which is a really, really nice job of just getting that tower and immediately changing their priority of pressure straight onto the opposing team.
Who might loses the lead here, and it is Team Mako now down to 38. I mean, they're losing a tower right after, but they are in the lead. They could actually run down the timer with the tower just being at central stage.
Forte got really, really lucky there where he super jumped straight in front of Team Mako, but then the tower, as it was moving back, completely saved him from that tri-slosher hit. Look, very lucky.
Soul still on the upper level. They try a lot with that, trying to make sure that they are above the opponent there. Soul under a lot of pressure, but Pine helping him with the jet to cover it, make sure they not get splatted. Oh, they're pushing all the way. Look at that. They're nearly there at checkpoint 2, 43 to 38 currently. There's a chance for another change of the lead. Super jump right into the weapon of Utopia, who takes that splat, says thank you. In your face, all done and dusted.
Oh wow, a very, very well placed burst bomb there. Just straight onto a landing.
Pushing the tower back once again. It's Mako trying to get down to 30, or at least taking another checkpoint to make this just a better chance for them to win it. But Team Who back on the tower. We see Soul with Ink armor. Of course, that helps a lot to make sure you get the tower and you keep it. Jet stream there. Oh, the stream right onto Soul, but he's avoiding it. Look at him going left and right, making sure this Ink he can cover in squid form there. Kaji moving up. That looks not that bad. Charging his Splat Link.
Getting that height advantage again, yeah. Just trying to control a little bit from the front, from the top. Very good work to pressurize that tower and push the opponents around as his teammates are coming in just to take down their opponent on the other side of that tower.
Well, look at that. It's back and forth once again, but Team Who, they need the second checkpoint. They need to take the lead over Mako. Mako won map number 1, so it's a very important map for them as well. Still not done and dusted, still not a match point, but losing second map in a row would not be that good. They lost the lead. Look at that. Team Who back in the lead. Mako needs to do something. He just step up their game. 2 splats on the side of Mako, taking down 2 of Team Who here, taking back the tower, but now that's a long range to overcome. Look at that, all the way through the map.
Yeah, the sprinkler on the tower as well. It's just a nice position, an extra objective to have to control before they kind of get back onto that tower. Really, really nice push back to the center from Team Mako, but it's not over yet. They can't relax just yet. Covering a bit of
look at that, 20 seconds on the counter. 16, 15, so it's Team Who in the lead. If they're possession of the tower, when the clock runs out, they're done with map number 2. It's 7 seconds still on the clock. Can Team Who win map number 2? No, they're losing the tower. There will be an overtime if Mako is in possession. No, not happening.
Team Who take the second game of this series, and it's one apiece now between the two. Really, really close game.
Serious. That's what we want. That's what we want for a grand final. Don't want to see 3-0.
Of course not. Of course not.
Nothing against Team Who or Mako, but I would like to go all the way. That's it. So, Team Who winning map number 2, that was tower control. So, Splat Zone, that was the best job done by Mako, and then Team Who followed right after with a win on tower control, which means we're now going over to Rainmaker. And that back and forth on the Rainmaker, we know that the moment you pop the shield and the enemy is too aggressive, can lose you the whole round. They all get splatted by the bustling shield of the Rainmaker, and you can really push, get some meters done, get closer to the podium you want on it. It's not the podium yet for winning the grand final, not for none of the teams, since it's a tight series, 1-1. But it will be an important part. Look at that. Oh yeah, shaking his head. Yep, yeah, I'm all right. I can do that.
Pretty, as I said, you know, feeling a little bit nervous but confident still. You know, happy. The team are happy where they are. They're pretty content. The job's not done yet, of course, but you know.
That Tentatek shirt. Look at that.
Nice.
I want a Tentatek shirt as well. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we can get you one.
I want it. It's looking good. I mean, oh, yeah, look at that. Look at his face. Currently watching the screen like, guys.
There we go. Clapping towards the camera there.
Yeah. The camera loves you guys, for real. Yeah, give us some cheer up the teams. It's 1-1 tight series here in the grand final of Splatoon 2 UK Championship. And it's your moment to shine on camera, actually, not mine. I'm all the way here. We're not on camera, it's Rainmaker. Which map is that?
More Ray Towers.
Oh, wow. I can't really tell you how much I dislike this map. As a player, it's really hard.
It's had you know, a few changes obviously made to it with those inclines that, you know, really allow you to move up in different ways, which does drastically change the dynamics of this stage. But it's a really interesting map for Rainmaker because of there is obviously the walls of the far left which you can scale. Difficult to scale, but if you can scale it, you get a huge overall. Wow, very nice. Using the splash down there just to evade the splat bomb that came in, waiting for it to burst, jumped up at the right time to keep himself alive. Really, really nice defensive use of splashdown.
Mako on fire, especially Utopia, but they're not taking the Rainmaker yet. Every time they get some splats, they're like, no, there are another 2 sitting on top, another 3 maybe. We're not taking it yet because you get very, very slow when you're in position of the Rainmaker. So there we go. They took it. Mako in control of the Rainmaker. 99 now moving into the wrong direction, so he needs to go onto the other side.
Well, Kaji doing a very good job of just being a little bit defensive at first, taking down all of the entire enemy team, and you can see they already have control of the map. The wall is being covered. Kaji going up, getting huge points for the team.
That was great preparation by the team.
Yeah, really, really good. By falling back just a little bit, it allowed that defensive play to become offensive. So really, really nice job there, going up the wall, getting that 30, 40 point boost into the 43.
But they got stopped by Team Who all the way in that corner. You see it there. That will be a hard place to actually get the Rainmaker because you can't really move around. As soon as you take it, you've just been pushed back into that corner. Look at that. Okay, Team Who in possession of the Rainmaker. Now moving all the way back. Obviously, they don't want to go even further to the podium or get getting splattered, but Fort was doing the retake there.
You can see the work being put in by the I have a stutter by the bubble blower. There we go. You know, just kind of always covering you know, space. They fire it out immediately, fill it up with enough ink to be this you know, really devious control point for a lot of players.
Look at that Pine being stopped right away. Currently, no one has the Rainmaker, but yeah, jinx it. Mako has it back. They're now preparing their way on top of 4 towers. They need to go all the way up there for the podium. Oh, look at that. There's
Kaji's positioning. He knows how far back he is. This is really important for him to be very, very safe. Sushi Man going to use that squid line to kind of get into the fray a little bit quicker.
Oh, that was so quick. That movement was great by Sushi Man, taking down Neen and making sure that there's another splat onto his board. Oh, super jump right into Pine.
Well, it was the finish up of the inkjet there. Pine is waiting. It's very important to know that when your opponent uses the inkjet, where exactly they're going to be, lands back immediately and gets punished by Kaji with that tri-slosher.
still the 43 being the lead. That's where Mako put the Rainmaker on the first try. And now it's Team Who that tried to pull it back, but still getting splashed by Sushi Man. It was a quick fight there. They're now trying to prepare once again. There's the Rainmaker you saw on top of your screen. Team Who got it, so it's not Mako pushing it. Oh, now they need to jump all the way down, but they got the Rainmaker pretty fast. Like, as soon as they lose it, and Team Who is in possession, Mako is so quick at making sure that they can pop the shield right after.
Really, a very interesting engagement there between the two, but Pine taking that one over.
Oh, there's the Jet once again. Now that's hard. I mean, with the slosher against the Jet, the Inkjet, that's not really easy. Topia on the blast, now trying to move. There's the podium. Can they do it? Oh, beautiful bomb to cover the ground for Mako, and winning map number 3, taking this to 2-1 lead against Team Who.
Who had a split second there to stop that. There were a couple of shots coming out, but there was too much on the side of Mako to really prevent Who from stopping that advancement. Really nice final passage of play there from Team Mako.
That's true. We saw that the preparation done by Team Mako to actually get the Rainmaker moving was nearly flawless. I mean, on their first push, every wall they needed was covered in their ink already. As soon as they had the Rainmaker, they were just moving, yep, swimming squid up the wall. There we are, 53 on the first push. You can't really complain about that.
No, absolutely not. I mean, as you say, it was just that getting control of that wall is really important, just to kind of really put the pressure on in more 8 hours. But that kind of the fade back just a little bit to kind of incite your opponents in and then have your team crash down upon them. That was a really nice play. They waited so long to get that Rainmaker in that opening kind of passage of play that when they finally got it, they had, they waited until they were all coordinated enough to make a decision about how they wanted to take it and what they wanted to do as soon as they got it.
So this was back and forth on the maps as well. So Mako took map 1, Team Who took map 2. Then we saw Mako coming back with the win on map 3, taking this to a 2-1 lead. And us coming to map number 4, which could be match point in case Mako wins. If it's Team Who once again and they go, us, them, then we head into map number 5. But we're not there yet. We're not close to map 5. We're on map 4 of the BO5 here in the grand final for Splatoon 2 UK Championship, and it's Splat Zone. That's where we started, that's where we're heading right now.
And we're back onto the reef once again. Now, if we remember, the Splat Zones in Game 1 was won by Mako. So, they have the knowledge. They did win on this mode before. Different map, obviously. It's a different general approach. So, again, we've got the Tri-Slosher Splatling 2 Splatter Shots. A Splatter Shot Junior, a Tri-Slosher, and a Splatter Shot Pro coming out from Mako.
So, I mean, it's a bit different now because you can't get the coverage done from above due to the bridge right over the Splat Zone. That's where Soul is underneath right now.
And that's really important to know as well. They can fire onto the sides from above, but they can't really get into the the meat and bones of that center section.
It's just harder with the Inkjet, right?
Yeah.
Kaji's still alive there with his ink armor. He's also having his stream ready to splash onto the zone. They're in control of it now.
Really good work there. You can see these bubbles just being such a pain for Mako, but they're just waiting out, just finding their moment, just covering a few shots, making the size of those bubbles decrease as much as they can, whilst holding their position. They're not like falling back and allowing the control to fall back into the hands of Team Who.
Lead change there, Mako down to 60 now. Team Who needs to come back if they want to stay in the grand final with a chance to win the UK Championship, and they did right after I said that. They're back in control of the Splat Zone.
Yeah, it was pretty much a team wipe. Only Kaji was left alive for a long time, but all of Team Mako back again now. Kaji again staying alive. That long range, so good from Kaji.
Yeah, there we go with his Splatling sitting all the way in the back, charging it up, and then firing all his ink onto the Splat Zone. Again, lead change. Team Who now in possession. Need with the splash against Utopia. If I'm not mistaken, Sushi Man now trying all the way around onto the wing. Look at that, he's going all the way back to their base, but there's Pine waiting for him.
Pine had his number. One of his teammates did obviously have a slight, a go at trying to stop him. Pine immediately saying, "Don't worry, I've got this." Flanks round and stops
down to 10 for Team Who, but they lose in control. They were close to taking map number 4, but now it's the Splat zone in favor of Mako. No, not really. 56 to run down Team
Who immediately got that back, but it was just enough time for Mako to get the entirety of that Splat zone, causing that buffer to appear. Very unfortunate that they couldn't prevent it just a little bit sooner, but they have control. This timer is ticking down. If they can just hold on to that and prevent enough of that buffer being wiped out for Team Mako, they can keep this lead for the rest of it.
Down to a 2v2, but still Mako getting back onto it. I actually thought Team Who could do that. Take control of it. Oh, that's just a back and forth once again. Those two teams are so close to each other. Slosher being taken out by Pine there. No chance for him. Kaji with the long range of his Splatling, trying to get back there. Once again, control for Team Who, but there's another plus 46 on that counter.
They're back in control again, and they need to keep that down. Kaji did such a good job of just stalling the opponents whilst he was waiting for his teammates to get back.
Gale 4 still underway, close to filling the special meter there. Sticky bombs being deployed. Oh, he's charged all the way. He can use them. Look at that, bringing them in onto the objective, but Mako is controlling it. Plus 50 and then 55 for them on the counter.
Yeah, very nice from Forte, getting that Splat on Sushi Man, keeping his bubbles primed and ready, just popping up them.
Well, look at that, look at that. They're running down the counter now. 50. Mako in control, but right back from Team Who, saying no, denying the loss of the lead here.
It's 50-50 in this central point right now, pushing down again back into Mako's side. They have control again, and they are running on their main timer. 2 down for both teams. We have a third respawn, but it's going to take some time for them to get back into the fray. Again, the bubble blower being used, building up those bubbles and choosing to explode them, getting that space back. But again, Mako still have the zone in their control. They lose 2 players. It's important now for Team Who to really dominate and get control back. There it is, a complete team wipe, and they have control again. The buffer put back on to Team Mako. They're running down the clock with only 33 seconds left.
They are in the lead. If they don't lose it right now, they will win due to the timer and being in lead. Plus 22 and 10, 25 seconds on the clock. Mako tries to push back. They're doing it, taking the Splat zone right before Team Who could actually finish map number 4 in their favor, and they will get overtime if it stays like that.
At this point, Team Who need to get control back. It's 6 seconds left on the point. We're going to be going into overtime. But at this point, Mako need to hold on to the point until their points reach 9, if they can. Overtime activated. All that needs to happen is Who need to just wrench control of the point.
Taking it. Pine might take the objective right now. They're doing it. They get back into control. Can they really cover?
They get it. There it is. We're going to game 5.
Yeah, taking map number 4, which brings us to map 5 in this grand final. 2 and 2.
That's what we want to see in a grand final. That's such brilliant play there. They got that lead, but Mako was so just so intense, and the way they fought back and insistent on just trying to get that win back in their point. Who held on and held on and held on. It was a matter of time until they lost, but they just managed to get control back when they needed it the most. As you said, it was like 6
but overtime was against them.
Yeah, I mean, and they, when overtime started, they still had, they were into the 20s of their main points and about 5 or 6, maybe 7 in their buffer. There was a long time that overtime was held on for so long by Mako. They were in like reaching distance of that championship, but Who?
None of the teams wants to give away the UK Championship and their chance to actually represent the United Kingdom in the European Splatoon 2 Championship that we announced here live at the ESL Arena at EGX. And we see once again Team Who going up against Mako on tower control, which is the last mode, the last map we will play here on the stage. Who will come out on top? Oh, I can't say that. Who will come out on top?
Oh, okay. Which team will come out on top? But we are back on the reef, and again, same map. You know, the positionings and the tendencies from both players will be in the heads of both teams, but it is a different mode, different types of ways of approaching the map based on the way in which you want to build your strategy.
And no team had any momentum. Both teams winning a map and then giving it away.
But it is important to note as well that tower control on this stage was played by Who when they were playing Nintendo Live. They've already had a strategy or a general game on this stage that went so well from them. Mako, though, at that point, getting a double splat onto Who, gaining control of that tower, hitting the second checkpoint very, very soon. This is good work from Mako in this game.
Yeah, Kaji on the tower, they got lucky with the bombs. Their sprinkler also helping on the tower, making sure that there's nothing around in case he needs to back up. Come down, there's another splat, and Pine is out of the way. Look at them moving the tower down to 15 already. Which team ever wins here? Wins the UK Championship? It could be Mako. Down to 1,
wow.
Mako is the UK champion in Splatoon 2.
What an incredible, incredible play from Mako that game. They got control of the tower, they didn't lose it. Kaji with that Splatling gun on the tower, just catching players all the time. But being behind that central point on that tower, peeking out to the side, that long range, catching an opponent, pushing back another. Kaji would not be taken off of that tower at all.
That was a statement. Taking the tower once, leading it all the way to the end, like not getting a retake, not giving them any chance to get back here in map 5. And Team Who, unfortunately, losing the grand final here at EGX, the UK Championship, because that title will go to Mako, first eliminating the favorite 4D, then taking it all the way to map 5 in front of this amazing Splatoon crowd here at EGX, and then finally, eventually, taking the title.
I think after that, after how close Game 4 was, I think Mako was like, we can't let this happen again. Let's just take control immediately of the tower, and they just ran it in completely. Like it was such good coordination as well. You know, when Kaji was on that tower, as I said, couldn't be taken off. But just then the ways in which them, you know, the rest of Team Mako just pushed up and took controls, went forward to take control, whilst Kaji was just like peppering the rest of the team from the back. It was just really well coordinated, and that's why they managed to just consistently keep their opponent away, so they couldn't actually get back to contest the tower.
I think Pine was a bit too aggressive. He was one of the key players on Team Who's side. Yeah. And that last splat he got there, like when he was taken out on higher ground, right in front of the tower, pushed them back so far that Mako, they couldn't be stopped. They were unstoppable at that moment just because of them losing Pine.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Pine be very, very influential in Game 4, especially towards the end when he took control of that zone for the last time. But definitely, I think one of the more aggressive players. But he was integral to controlling and taking splats for himself. But when he gets taken down, I'm not saying that he's the keystone of the entire team, but when in that kind of like late game when Pine was taken down in front of Kaji, it was difficult for Who to really kind of like bounce back from that, whilst they were waiting for Pine, as you say, a bit too aggressive, a bit too far forward, and Kaji just pipped him off.
Yeah, Splatter shots were with Mako here in the grand final, and it's time for us to meet the freshest squid in the country, over with Dan on the stage.
The freshest squids indeed. Let's have a round of applause for our UK champions. Congratulations, Team Mako. I mean, how are you feeling right now after winning a UK championship?
Feels great. I kind of never believed it would happen, I guess.
And you've got that extra surprise that you'll be representing the UK as well in the European Championships. How are you guys feeling confident about going into that?
I don't know. I guess we'll just go in and see what happens, give it our best and that.
Are you going to go home and practice a ton of Splatoon 2?
I will, and I'm sure we all will.
You definitely will. Right, we have the wonderful Marina here with a cosplay, and she's going to present you with your t-shirts and your jerseys. So please present the jerseys, and then we will present you with your trophies as well. Once again, a round of applause for our champions, Team Mako. And then your trophies as well. And I think you should all raise those trophies very high. One more round of applause. Team Mako, everybody. Amazing, our UK champions. Rene, over to you, my friend.
That's it. We know the UK Championship champion 2017. That's Team Mako, also now being lifted into the European Championship of Splatoon 2. The announcement we just had for you right on the stream here from EGX, from the ESL Arena. And with that, I hope that all the Inkling boys and girls out there in every country get ready for more Splatoon 2 esports coming to you very soon. But for us, it's time to say, I want to say that, don't get cooked,
Stay off the hook.
see you next time.
Take care, bye-bye.